Order is a serious enemy to the narcissist. The narcissist can't stand order. They can't stand structure. They thrive in chaos. If you really want to find out who a narcissist is before you start to invest in them, know this. They lie about almost everything, if not every single thing. If you observe and you listen, you will know eventually they're lying. If their mouth is moving, if they're saying something, they're lying. Know this. They like to not only lie, but they only see things in black and white. They see things in extreme. If you're on their good side, you're the best thing ever since sliced bread. You can't do any wrong. You're God to them, or you're a goddess to them. And that's on one extreme side. And on the polar opposite, if you piss them off or you don't move the way they want you to move, you're the devil. You're the worst thing in the world. They love to move in the dark. They will, in other words, shake your hand and smile, and then one hand behind their back with a knife. Beware. They look for people who are nice, unassuming, kind, gentle, forgiving at the drop of a hat. I hate to say it, guys. They look for people that are ignorant. Literally. They look for people who are literally in the unknown. The reason why I'm not smiling and all energetic is because this is a serious topic. There's no special school for this. The special school, if there is one, figuratively speaking, is you have to experience them. Yes, you can learn from other people's mistakes or whoever other people experience a narcissist, but it's nothing like experiencing it yourself. And as human beings, most of us don't learn the easy way. What's the easy way? The easy way is to learn from other people's mistakes. Learn from others who have experienced a narcissist, whether it be a parent, whether someone experiencing a kid experiencing a narcissist parent, or you experience a narcissist at your job, or you discover your friend is a narcissist. Unfortunately, that's the best way to learn. You're forced to open your eyes. But for some reason, most of us live in denial. I don't know if it's the culture. I don't know if it's like the Christian thing to do. I don't know how we got here. In other words, how did we as a society not really understand these vampires and not be able to recognize it? Maybe it's because we become a culture who doesn't read a lot, who doesn't study a lot. Only, I guess, when we have to, right? In order to make money, right? A career or a job. Maybe that's the only time most of us study, is when we feel like we have to and when it comes to money. I'm just speculating. I'm not 100% sure because I found myself in that same situation. The only time I went to school was to make more money. The only time um, I wanted to learn something was to make more money. But we need to change that. I think we need to become a people who want to learn psychology, want to learn how the human mind operates and how it thinks, want to know how and why we move the way we move and what makes us do certain things. But the narcissist is diabolical. They're like machines. You can't, they won't change. If you ever try to change a narcissist, good luck. Good luck. The person who needs to change is you. You need to change. You need to change. You can't change a narcissist. And they say you really can't change anybody. We have a hard enough time trying to change ourselves. So change is not going to happen when it comes to a narcissist. So you change. You get away. You get out of that toxic relationship. It's not serving you at all. If anything, it's giving you grief, pain. When you talk to a narcissist and you try to get them to see that they're wrong, they know they're wrong, but they're manipulative and they have an angle, and you are their supply. If they get you upset, it's like a drug to them. They're excited. They get off on it. But what they don't like is when you starve them out and you don't engage with their foolishness. You take the oxygen out of the room. In essence, not figuratively, I mean, not literally, but this is figuratively, they can't breathe when you recognize who they are, when you see them for who they are. They're always lying. They're always twisting reality, whether it's a story or on what happened or their take on what happened. It's always turned around. They didn't remember it that way. It happened this way. They don't move in reality. They move in their reality. And they like to confuse your reality and cause you to second guess yourself, gaslighting your ass. And I believe the reason why they're so successful at what they do is because most people don't know or care to know how what makes a narcissist and how they operate and how to recognize it. I mean, I'm still having a hard time explaining how they move and what they do. And I have a basic understanding. I don't understand them 100%. I'm still researching and studying what the hell happened to me as a person who have experienced many narcissists. They come in many different shapes and sizes and colors. They're not just females, they're not just males, but they're among us. Beware. The narcissist is among us, and they could be in your family, they can be in your friends, in your circle of friends. They're very manipulative. And they love to put one person against the other and have them clashing. And they just sit back and observe like it's a movie, like it's some type of entertainment. I believe William Shakespeare said, the world is a stage. And I believe that's how the narcissists see things or see people, as objects, something to control, someone to jostle, someone to manipulate. They look at human beings as chess pieces on the board. They're very cunning and clever. This is Mike Chevalier, keeping it simple and precise.